What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Please hit that like button. Make sure you sub to the channel if you're not a member. And also hit the notifications to get all of my content and as well as all of my videos. Um, Not going to be on here too long, but I did want to talk about this uh, excellent performance, although it's not his best performance, but it's one of the best um, when you consider how things have been things have been going this season. Listen, man, Steph Curry was absolutely sensational tonight, and really both teams really played good. You had the Magic that had been Cheryl. He played good because he had 41. Franz Wagner. He had 21. What's up with it, Cheyenne? You said what? Yeah. And it was back and forth, but that third quarter, man, in which Steph Curry went just ballistic, insane. He turned back the clock to 2010's unanimous MVP, Steph Curry, and nobody really had that much on the Warriors. I mean, they didn't really need to do much. They knew who was hot. I think Post had 18. But other than that, it was pretty much all Steph Curry. But this is the question I want to ask, right? Didn't Steph Curry play in the Olympics? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. He played in the Olympics, and I'm asking for a specific reason. He played in the Olympics, right? Just correct me if I'm wrong. Steph Curry did play in the Olympics, right? You said Curry with 56 and Petty with 51. Earlier 2000 battles, both players scoring 40, 50. Yeah, but no, just correct me if I'm wrong. Steph Curry, he played in the Olympics, right? I'm just asking, right? He played in the Olympics, and Steph Curry has had a ton of injuries in his career. I mean, just correct me if I'm wrong. I'm asking for a specific reason, and I think y'all know where I'm getting at. Because Steph Curry is 37 years old. Joel Embiid is 30 years old. Steph Curry has had plenty of ankle injuries. And yet and still, he's 37 years old. He's just coming off the Olympics. He's got way more mileage on his body than Joel Embiid. Has played more games than Joel Embiid. But yet and still, he's able to perform, putting up 56 at 37 years old. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because all of the disrespectful things that they say about Steph Curry, saying, "Oh, it's time for him to retire. It's over with for him," and stuff like that. I told y'all, Steph Curry, it is not time for him to go. He's far from done. Okay. Now, is he going to do this every single night? No. But I mean, just a few nights ago, he did have 38. I mean, what more does this guy have to prove to make his case for the best player in this generation? You said they said Curry was washed during the Olympics. Exactly. There's nothing washed about Curry. Curry has put his stamp on. And then on top of that, Jimmy Butler takes the weight off of Curry's shoulder. So that's what I don't understand. You said he torched the second best defense, Orlando Magic. Yeah, yeah, man. And from what I know, and this is according to Brian Windhorst, the Lakers, they were at fourth because they're beating the shit out of Minnesota now. Last time I checked, it was like 29-14. But um, the Lakers have shot up to the I think the number one defensive rating now. That's what they said earlier, whatever. I know they were fourth at one point, but I just have to check. I know at one time it was Oklahoma City was up there, but either way, man, that defense wasn't doing anything tonight with Steph Curry. It didn't matter if you were number one ranked defense. It didn't matter if you were, top five. It didn't matter because the way that he was scoring tonight and being able to assert himself, and you knew early what was going to take place and what was going to happen. I'll give our post credit to. Without his shot making interior defense, we wouldn't have made that comeback. Yeah, and y'all were down too, but Steph Curry went ballistic, and now I believe that'll be eight. That'll be 8-1. Y'all are now 8-1 since Jimmy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was that 7-1? No, that'll be 8-1 because am I right or wrong? I think that's 7. That's 8-1. Y'all were 6-1 before y'all played Charlotte. Okay, it's 7-1. 7-1. Okay, I'll just make it sure. Yeah, because y'all was 6-1. I thought it was Charlotte. Yeah, so 7-1, 8-1. It don't matter. hey, they killing. I knew that after the night, the Lakers win, they'll be 8-2 with Luka or whatever. So I got kind of confused, but it don't matter, man. Listen, man. Steph Curry just went flamboyant. They are making that case, man. Draymond, I don't know, man. Everybody looking at Draymond now, they was like, Draymond might be right. Draymond might be right. You know what I'm saying? He guaranteed a championship. And Steph Curry, he been in the gym. He stays in the gym. He gonna stay ready. He gonna stay ready so he don't have to get ready. And that's what he did tonight. But I wanted to go live for this, man, because I'm looking at Steph Curry, man, and you would think that this guy has slowed down. He hasn't slowed down. If they're going to talk about how LeBron James is 40 years old and all this other stuff, well, what about Steph Curry? Steph Curry is 37. You act like Steph Curry is a spring chicken or something like that, man. And he's still up in there giving dudes barbecue chicken or making barbecue chicken or whatever. Cooking dude. You said the Warriors better start post at the 5, especially against bigger teams. Yeah, I mean, Curry, man, he gonna he gonna find some way to try to mess things up. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, man, this wasn't about post. This wasn't about Butler. This wasn't about listen, man, I'm not taking anything away from none of those guys. They did what they could do. However, this was Steph Curry's night. This was a magical night in Magic City, in Orlando. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, he got a standing ovation too. Listen, man. The greatness of Steph Curry is really being underappreciated, man. It really is, Cheyenne, man. And here's the thing, man. You said the whole Orlando crowd. Well, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, man, I want to say that's where Curry got his record, right? Didn't he get his record in Orlando? Or was that when he was like close? Didn't he get the 3-point record in Orlando? Correct me if I'm wrong. He got the 3-point record in Orlando, or it might have been somewhere else. I just know, I just remember him. He was struggling, and then he got the record, and then after that, he went on a little struggle. Just correct me if I'm wrong, man. I'm man enough to admit if I'm wrong, but I am going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about this, tomorrow morning. I'm gonna double down on this. The 3-point record. The all-time 3-point record. When he broke Ray Allen's record. I think it was in Orlando, wasn't it? If my memory serves me correctly. Ah, yeah, it was in New York. Damn, how could I? Damn. Okay, yeah, it was in New York. Okay, it was in Madison Square Garden. Hey, I didn't know. I just remember there was one time, man. It might have been when he was struggling. Okay, yeah, it was in. Okay, it was in New York. It was in New York. How could I forget that, man? How could I forget that? Oh well, yeah, he got it in New York. I couldn't remember. I thought for some reason it was Orlando. I know, but I know after that he had struggled. I think it was because they had struggled against Orlando or something like that. I just remember how that 22 season was because that 22 season, um, the 22 season, that was the icing on the cake because he got three things that pretty much sealed the deal for that whole season. He got a championship, he got the 3-point record, and on top of that, he got the Finals MVP. That was just a magical season. And on top of that, they were struggling. Y'all were struggling, Cheyenne, at the beginning of the season. They were starting to doubt y'all. Clay wasn't playing good. I remember that whole season. But I just don't understand how I forgot that was at Madison Square Garden. But I appreciate it, Cheyenne, man. Thank you for enlightening me, man. I appreciate it. But for some reason, I thought it was against the Magic. You said Curry was still on that shooting slump before. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Now I knew I remembered that because he was. Yeah, he was. Man, he was. Man, he was doing. He wasn't doing too good, man. And I think it was a lot of pressure that was going on. And there was a situation that was going on with with his mom and that whole thing, that whole shenanigans that I'm not gonna get into and stuff like that, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That was going on, but that was a tremendous season, though. And that's why I don't understand why they don't put this guy. Like I have him ahead of LeBron, but if LeBron, I don't know, man. Yo, Cheyenne, man, listen, bro. LeBron is he's starting to actually understand something after all these years. he had a lot he had a lot going on that season. Yeah, Dell and Sam. Yeah, that's what I was saying. He got the college course. Yeah, he did. I got stuff over LeBron since 2016. Listen, man, I've been putting stuff over because everything lines up, perfectly for him to be the best, and all of his championships. I mean, look, man, let's just call it what it is. He didn't have no bubble ring, you know. They don't refer to any of his championships as bubble ring. Now, a lot of people they talk about, him having Durant, those two championships in a row, but at the same time, I mean, if we, like I said, if we always going to go by that logic and everything, then we also got to pay attention to what LeBron did, and he repeated when he had superstars too. You know what I'm saying? So, but to each is everybody own. Um, but it's going to be interesting to see how the Warriors, uh, how they match up against some of these teams in the West in the playoff. I have the Golden State, man. They're going to catch somebody. I have a feeling. I think you were saying this, Shyam. I think it was you or it was either you or Alex, one of y'all. Y'all said if Minnesota keeps losing, eventually Golden State gonna catch them, and I think that's probably gonna happen, man. That's probably gonna end up happening if they keep winning, man. They're on a high right now. And listen, man, winning cures everything, man. Ain't nobody even talking about Jimmy Butler bad anymore. Not now they talking about Jimmy Butler like he's the savior and everything. Nah, I want y'all to keep that same energy about Jimmy Butler. I want you to keep villainizing him. Keep keep him as a villain. Golden State got the tiebreaker uh, over the T Wolves. Yeah, man, and that's what I'm saying. The T man, if the T Wolves lose tonight against the Lakers, because it's looking like that. Oh man, now they cooking with Greek. Golden State back in the hunt, bruh. Golden State coming back up there, man. And I don't know what Rudy Gay was saying that there was only one contender. Man, I was scratching my head on that one because I kind of agree with Stephen A. Smith what he was saying. Everybody been beating everybody in the West. So I don't know why Rudy Gay had just saw the Nuggets, and then his explanation was that OKC was too young, and he was saying that Houston is too young or whatever. But I could see if somebody gets in a dogfight with one of them teams, like a Rockets team, or even a Golden State team that's over with. You said Rudy said the Nuggets are the only contenders in the West. Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he was saying today. But I disagree with that, man. I disagree with that, man. The West right now is tight because I saw, you got to look at what's it called is losing kind of just a little bit. They're not slipping that much, but they're starting to lose a little bit of momentum. OKC, I think some teams are trying to figure out OKC. Um, Now I don't understand why people think that all they got to do is just lock up Shea and they don't have anybody else. No, they got scores, man. They got scores on their team, So let's not they forget about Williams, they forget about Chet Holmgren, like come on, man. Them guys they got other weapons on their team. So it's not just SGA. But yeah, man, shout out to Steph Curry, man. Shout out to Steph Curry. I know it's the regular season or whatever, but I had to talk about this man because and like I said, man, that third quarter, man, that just shows you, what I'm saying, what type of guy that you have witnessed over the course of, you know, 13 plus seasons, man. I mean, this guy, man, he's phenomenal, man. I get tired of people saying that, all he does, Steph Curry is responsible for what's going on and all this bad stuff. Steph Curry is a fundamentally sound player, and he was taught to play basketball a certain way, and for his size or whatever. He can't help that he's 6'3". You know what I'm saying? With a deadly jumper. You said the West is 50-50 while the East goes through Boston, Cleveland. Yeah, I'm glad you. Nah, man. Listen, man. Hey, Cheyenne, man. I got the Pistons, man. I want the Pistons. Cheyenne, I want the Pistons to face Cleveland, man. That's what I want to see, man. That's what's going to make me pop my popcorn, man. I want to see that game, man. I want to see that. I want to see that series because the the pressure is really going to be on Cleveland, man. If they play them, everybody talking about they want to see Boston and Cleveland. Nah, mm-mm. Hey, the way that Jalen Duren is playing, the way that Jalen Duren is playing, Cheyenne, with his physicality, and this is the thing: if they lose, if the Pistons lose, they only got they only got room to grow. They only got room to grow, Cheyenne. That's all they got. Listen, they'll go back to the drawing board, beef up what they got. You know what I'm saying? Stay with that same core. Those guys have been in the league around the same time when we talk about Jalen Duren and Kay Cunningham. I hope that they don't break them two up because those guys work out in the off season together. Beef stew fits the Detroit. Who you talking about? Beef stew? Who is beef stew, Cheyenne? Or are you really literally saying beef stew? Who is beef stew? Oh, Isaiah. Oh, yeah. I didn't know that they called him that. I didn't know that they called him that. Yeah, he just got to tone down on his. Yeah, I forgot about Isaiah Stewart. I don't know why I forget about him. Yeah, Isaiah Stewart. Yeah, he got to tone down, man. Like, you know what I'm saying. He could be physical. I like his attitude and stuff, but some of the stuff he does, man, he got to chill out with that though, or he gonna catch a lengthy suspension. Yeah, you called him Beef Stew. I didn't know that was his nickname. Yeah, yeah, man. But yeah, that's gonna be a. Oh man, I can't wait, man. If they play Cleveland, man, I'll be more interested in that series more than anything else because I don't like the way that JB Bickerstaff was done, man. You know, and for him to come to that team and turn it around the way that he's doing, man, I think that's phenomenal, man. And then to beat them too, to beat the team that lets you go to, that'd be a wonderful feeling, man. I wouldn't even want to. Hey, I'd be a poor sport and everything, Cheyenne. I wouldn't even shake Donovan Mitchell's hand. I'd shake everybody's hand except his. And you know everybody else on that team, man. I'd be like, skip all that, man. Don't shake my hand. Coach of the year unanimously. Oh, you calling it? Okay. I wouldn't be surprised. What's it? You know they're already saying it. They're already pushing it on the networks. So you might as well. And listen, he's not doing anything new. That's the thing. JB Bickerstaff is not doing anything new. He's not doing anything new that he hadn't done before. Like when he went over there to Cleveland, pretty much that, you know, Kenny Atkins, yeah, you know, he took over and stuff like that. He kind of doing what Steve Kerr did, you know, you know, with Mark Jackson and stuff. But he pretty much just took over, um, and I mean, just stepped in with the team that JB Bickerstaff had kind of put together. You know what I'm saying? He watched those guys grow. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, Donovan Mitchell hadn't been there too long, but you know, Garland and Allen and Evan Mobley, guys like that. Of course, you know he had Levert, but you know he ended up leaving, and I didn't understand that move. But shout out to Steph Curry, though. Shout out to Steph Curry. After all these years. But appreciate y'all pulling up. Hit that like button, sub to the channel too. Straight to the point. Sports and entertainment. I'll get at y'all later.